The Eucharist is
astonishing,
joyful, profound,
healing,
encouraging.
We are
people of the Eucharist.
For hundreds of years, if you attended a retreat or a parish mission, you didn't have to wonder what the opening topic might be. You would have known for sure, it would have been the 4 last things. What are the 4 last things? Death, judgment, heaven, and hell. St. Philip Neri advised beginners in religion ought to exercise themselves principally in meditation on the 4 last things. And yet more and more, we don't reflect on these things at all, make great efforts to avoid them in conversation, and rarely hear them mentioned by spiritual teachers. We are only here on earth for a blink of an eye. This is not our home. That's why the happiness that God created us for is very different from the momentary pleasures of this world. God created us for lasting happiness in this changing world and eternal joy with Him in heaven forever. The happiness God desires for us in this life is a rare kind that is not dependent on situations or circumstances. It's easy to be happy when everything is going well, but Christian joy allows us to be happy even when we are suffering. This is one of the principal differences between Christianity and all other approaches to life. Do you ever think about heaven? It seems to me we don't talk about it anywhere near as much as we should. When the famous English writer Rudyard Kipling was very ill, a nurse asked him, "Is there anything you want?" He replied, "I want God." We all do. We may not be aware of it, but we want God. Behind every desire is our desire for God. The phrase, "live like you were dying," has become popular of late. But even in reflecting upon this concept, many people still manage to avoid the fundamental truth: we are dying. And for many people, living like you were dying has nothing to do with God or heaven, and everything to do with the things of this world that separate us from God and heaven. But the reason the phrase "live like you were dying" has become so popular, the reason people need reminding, is because most people behave like they are going to live here on earth forever, and as if there are no consequences for their actions. They won't, and there are. How many weeks of life does the average person get? Ask people to guess without calculating, and they come up with some crazy answers. But the truth, about 4,000. If you're 20, you've already had 1,000 weeks. How many Sundays do you have left? Not many, it turns out, even if you were born yesterday. So don't waste a single Sunday. As my father used to say, if you don't waste Sundays, you'll be less likely to waste Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Which quarter of life are you in right now? If you're under 20, you're still in the first quarter of life. 21 to 40, and you're in the second quarter. 41 to 60, you're in the third quarter. 61 to 80, you're in the fourth quarter. And 81 and older means you're in extra time. It is good for us to be mindful of death. It's not something to obsess about, but it is something to be aware of. This awareness provides perspective that allows us to assign correct value to the things and experiences of this world. Correct value. If you look around the world, so many of the problems are caused by assigning incorrect value to people, things, and experiences. And so many of our own problems are caused by overvaluing some things and undervaluing others. Of all the things, people, and experiences that we undervalue, the Eucharist is at the top of the list in all 3 categories. If you knew you would die 5 years from today, what is it that you would make sure you did over the next 5 years? If today was your last day on this earth, What is it you wish you would have been more dedicated to? Life is fleeting. In a moment, we will all be gone. And what do you think comes next? Based on the teachings of Jesus Christ, the Catholic Church has always taught 4 things: death, judgment, heaven, and hell. Are you prepared to meet your Maker? And if you aren't, who and what can prepare you? The Eucharist is the singular answer to the who and what of this question. Jesus in the Eucharist yearns to fill you with his Eucharistic glory. If you allow him to fill you with his glory, your ability to recognize truth, beauty, and goodness will increase. You will be filled with the grace necessary to endure life's inevitable challenges and unavoidable suffering. And his Eucharistic glory will smooth the transition from this world to the next when your time comes. For a Christian to live like you are dying leads to a life of astounding love, rigorous discipline, heroic generosity, and unconquerable hope. Trust, surrender, believe, and receive. Life is fleeting. Become a member of the International Society of the Eucharist today, and we will send you a $300 voucher off your next pilgrimage, along with a free copy of 33 Days to Eucharistic Glory, a copy of the children's edition, and a copy of the limited edition journal, which includes an amazing Holy Week retreat. Click here below to join today. And remember, have an amazing day. Be bold, be Catholic. We are people of the Eucharist.
Jesus,
I believe that you are truly present in the most holy sacrament
Of the Eucharist.
every day.
I long for more of you.
I love you above all things.
And I desire to receive you into my soul.
Since I cannot receive you
Sacramentally,
at this moment,
I invite you to come and dwell in my heart.
may the spiritual communion,
increase my desire for the Eucharist.
you are the healer of my soul,
Take the blindness from my eyes.
the deafness from my ears,
The darkness from my mind,
and the hardness from my heart,
Fill me with the grace, wisdom, and courage.
to do your will,
in all things.
my Lord and my God,
Draw me close to you.
nearer than ever before.
Amen.
Consecrate America.
To the Eucharist.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Come on.
Have a great day.
Hey Isabel, one simple way to be mindful of God's presence in the world is to know where the nearest tabernacle is. So, while we've got a couple of minutes, I thought we might work on your geography a little.
Sounds good, Dad. You're always coming up with something.
What about if I was at latitude 42.11 and a longitude of negative 87.78? Where would the nearest tabernacle be?
St. Peter the Apostle, Northfield, Illinois.